faster foot movements, faster getting your body out of the way so you don't get hit. It's all about being hard to hit. I want you to be hard to hit and hard to hurt. And age is just a number. It doesn't matter how old you are or where you're starting from, you can always make small improvements and then do that consistently and you will improve. Now we're gonna start with a warm-up drill. I want you to move from side to side. This is a mobility drill, stepping in, stepping out, mobility and agility. We're gonna use this when we add our speed work to it, but we're gonna start with just a little bit of light movement side to side, just to get the heart flowing, the heart pumping, the blood flowing, get the fluid into the joints. I found out recently the bloods don't go in the joints. It's synovial fluid, other fluids, whatever it is, you need to move the body to properly warm up. Now, you don't have to go this fast. You can go much slower, stepping in, stepping to the side. Just start from where you are. The key is to start. Don't wait to start. If you want, you can go a little faster. Be good to measure your speed, and we're going to speed up from here. Now, this is just the warm-up. This is not the speed work, but this is very important that you do a proper warm-up. The second agility and mobility warm-up that I want you to do before we start working on your speed is stepping in at an angle and back. And look at how your feet move. You're stepping with both feet up and both feet back. You're making a V, stepping up, stepping back, stepping up. And it doesn't matter which way you go first, but go in at an angle. I want you to learn how to become hard to hit. You're gonna learn how to be hard to hit, hard to hurt. That means if they do hit you, it's gonna be a glancing blow because you're moving in and at an angle, and then later you're gonna move back and at an angle. So this is your warm-up before we get into the speed work. And the last thing I want you to do with this basic footwork is step back. You're just going to reverse your V, stepping back and then coming up, back and up. And again, take your time, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Doesn't matter where you start from, age is just a number. You will improve when you don't quit. And if you're challenged, that's good. I want you to be challenged a little bit. Doesn't matter how old, how young you are, it's good to grow. And to grow, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. So feel the challenge and keep going, because when you are challenged and you don't quit, that's when you grow. So you're stepping up, stepping back, stepping up, and stepping back. Now that's a good warm-up. That's going to get your whole body kind of heated up and get you ready for the first speed exercise. Now I want to roll in a bag. I'm not really going to hit it. We're going to use that as our anchor. And you're going to be using resistance bands. And I brought a selection to show you how to pick one and how to get started. I put a link below if you want to see what these cost. You can get them. Sometimes, pro tip, something I've found is that if you go to discount stores where they sell merchandise that didn't get sold in the big stores, like a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's or Home Goods, we've got one across the street, you can often find these things near the checkout counter, and they're very inexpensive. If not, check that first link below. Actually, the second link. Corey says, Dojo's looking nice. Thank you, Corey. I've started to paint a little bit, take some things off the wall that was here before, and open it up. I'm getting more usable space as the school grows, get more members. Now, this one is the thinnest band, and this one has the least amount of resistance. I suggest, if you haven't done this at all, start with the smallest you can get, and then don't make the mistake. I've got a whole bunch of these, and I use these, but I use these for the bigger guys who are very athletic, and I tie them together around their waist and make them fight against this as a resistance. And this is something you can work up to. So the bigger it is, the more resistance. You can see I can't move it. I can barely move that one. This one, nice and easy. This is a great starting point. And then you have all the ones in the middle, but that's how you determine what you need. And don't think that you're gonna need like a really thick one to start. If you haven't done things for a while and you're getting started again, improving your speed, your power, then start with a small one. If you wanna get two, get the small one and the next size up. This green one, I use this for myself. I'll show you how to use it in a minute. And you can see I can move this one a little bit better than that giant one, but not a whole lot. So this is like a real serious band. Now, the first exercise that I want you to do to work on your speed, and this has been called the Tom Brady. And why it's called the Tom Brady, I think he did it in an Instagram post or something. If you don't know who Tom Brady is, he's a football player who's done really well. You're gonna use whichever band you start with, right? I'm gonna show you kind of the second size up that I have here. You're gonna step on this. And this is gonna develop your acceleration power. Anytime you wanna knock somebody out, you have to have extension, rotation through the shoulders and the hips, and explosiveness. You have to have some movement of your body. That acceleration of your body put together with the extension and the rotation is what knocks somebody out. When your fist connects to that jaw for self-defense, you're going to put your palms down, you're gonna pull this up, and your elbows slide in, you're gonna bend the knees like you're doing a squat, and you're gonna come up and press. Now this is to prime your entire body. That's why I want you to start with this one. Go down, when you go up, fast, and explode. And it doesn't have to be a lot of resistance. Your speed is gonna come with a little bit of resistance and a lot of movement on your part. Exploding, pushing up. This is also going to engage every muscle in your body. You're gonna get a lot of core strength from this. This is gonna get you ready. It's gonna improve your posture. It's gonna get you that explosive speed when you go to throw a punch or a palm strike or an elbow or a knee or a kick, all for self-defense. That's your first exercise. You're gonna do a set of that. And then I want you to anchor this. You don't have to have a bag. Anything you can anchor it onto, you can tie it onto, anything that's not gonna move. Make sure you test it. If you put it like on a chair or a table and you pull it and the whole thing comes flying across the room, then you need to find a stronger anchor. From here, the next thing I want you to work on is punching speed. You're gonna hold it in a fighting position with it coming down. The higher it goes, I just wanna show you this, learn from my mistake. If you put it up this high, see how it's coming across my face? You're gonna smack yourself in the face. Start with a lower anchor, get in a good fighting position, and you're gonna go slowly at first. All you're trying to do is a full rotation through the shoulders and the hips. Make sure this hand is coming back, and it's slow and controlled. You're gonna do that 5 times. And then you're gonna do a second 5, and those are gonna be faster. You're gonna feel this forces your stomach to squeeze, come up and in. Anytime you engage your core, you're going to unlock efficiency, you're gonna move faster. Unlocking your feet, doing a plank. If you do a plank, all your kicks and punches are gonna be better. And we can talk about a plank at the end. But from here, slow 5, and then fast 5, and then as fast as you can, snapping them out, but make sure you're turning the shoulders and hips. Don't make it an arm exercise. When you wanna truly knock someone out, you gotta hit them with your whole body. That's where your speed's coming from. That's rotation, that's extension, and that's acceleration. Moving your body in and through his face for self-defense. So you're gonna do that on one side, and then you just throw it into the other hand. I'm gonna try to show you from this angle. The opposite foot's forward. This is your right hand, your left foot's in front, your left hand is up. Always practice the guard. Slow, 2, 3, there's that shoulder. Turn, so you'll feel this. It's forcing you to squeeze this up and in. 5, and then 5, fast, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 explosive. Fast as you can, 2, 3, 4, 5. I promise you, when you do that exercise, you're gonna pick up so much more speed just on your punch. Now, from here, I want you to go back into your Tom Brady, and I'm compressing the time here. That means I'm trying to show you them really fast so that you can write this down. You can do your own workout. Slow it down, spread it out, catch your breath in the middle. But I just want to get this in before my class comes in the door in 12 minutes or so. Bring your elbows in. This is the Tom Brady. Hips back and explode. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anywhere from 8 to 10, 12. I've said this many times. I prefer that you do time under tension. That's more important than number of reps. 10 reps, 12 reps. How many? I don't know. How long or how many can you do that will get you to about 45 seconds? Put your body under some resistance for about 45 seconds with this explosive movement, and you'll get faster. You'll get really faster. You do your self-defense training at home, and you want speed, you want knockout power. These are the exercises that'll get you. Let me show you that punch one more time, and then I want to move on. Like I said, you don't need a bag. You just need a good anchor. Put it in your hand, bring it up to your shoulder, get in your good fighting position, slow. And did you see me move back? You're gonna have to move back if it's too much resistance, move forward if it's too light. It's that simple. That's why I love bands. You're gonna love these bands. If you're not working out with bands yet, you're really gonna love them. Good evening, Mark. Mark's in Germany. From here, who else is here? I missed it. I think I saw Doug. 3, 4, 5, and then fast. 1, 2, 3. Remember, it's shoulders and hips. 4, squeeze that fast, and then explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 with the left, 5 with your right, and then move on to the next exercise. Now, it's up to you how many sets you do. My recommendation is that you do at least two of each. But if you can do 3, throw in a third set. Third set of the Tom Brady, third set of the punches. Now, the next exercise is for your transverse plane. It's for the moving across the body. And this isn't my quote. I heard this from my shooting instructor, Pat Mack, at a seminar. He said the fight happens in the transverse plane. He's talking about all the different planes that your body moves in. Usually, most of us just go forward and backward. Very few times do we move side to side. I want you to move side to side as much as you can, because that's gonna get you out of the way faster. It's gonna make you hard to hit. However, the most important plane is the transverse plane, across the body. All the punches happen in the transverse plane. All knees, all kicks, all grappling movements, all throws happen in this twisting motion, the transverse plane. So that punching exercise you just did, that activates all the muscles, speeding you up, strengthening everything as you go through the transverse plane, which is where your speed's gonna come from. You're gonna get faster when you do your self-defense training at home with bands. But the next one, you're gonna take the opposite side. You're gonna stand perpendicular to the bag or perpendicular to your anchor. So it's coming off your shoulder. You're gonna reach across your body and take it in that hand. The other hand is gonna grab your knuckles. So it looks like that. From here, you're gonna give yourself a little resistance. Again, farther away if you need more, and closer if you want less. Bend the knees, throw your hips back, stomach up and in, drop your chin, breathe through your nose, and twist. 1, 2, and again, same as last one. 5 slow, then 5 fast. Exhale, and then 5 as fast as you can. You're really gonna feel that in your abs, in the core. Then all you do is you turn around, face the other direction, opposite hand grabs it, the same side grabs those knuckles, and 1, second 5 are faster, and as fast as you can, last 5. That's the first exercise. The second one that I want you to partner with that is going to be on just one hand. I want you to get a fast uppercut or reach up and snatch somebody down for self-defense. From here, you're gonna step on it, which is 1 foot. You're gonna curl it to here. So it's just on 1 arm and 1 foot, and you're gonna punch. You wanna keep this close to the body. If the elbow's out, you're gonna feel it in your shoulder. Keep it in and come straight up through your chin. Don't hit your chin. You wanna hit his chin for self-defense. But you're going up, 2, 3, 4, and I probably could use a little bit lighter here, but we're just for sake of time, we're gonna keep it on this one, and then faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just like before, and I will switch, because that's a lot, right? As fast as you can, 5 times. So 5, 5, and 5. And I really would recommend going for this smaller one. Hello, John. John says, thanks for your time. John, thanks for your time. Thank you so much for being here with me right now. So you're gonna do that on each hand throwing the other foot. And you're gonna find that one side of your body, my left side, is way stronger than my right when it comes to this exercise. Other exercises, my right side's stronger. That's gonna be true for you too. That's good. It's good to know those things and then work on them. Whatever it is, that's where it is. And then faster, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 5 if you've got them. And don't worry, if you don't have a set of 15 in you, do a set of 12, do a set of 8. Anywhere between that range. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Take your time, work up to it. One more time, that first exercise, twisting, 5 slow, 5 fast, and then 5 explosive on both sides. Now, let me leave this one here. And I'm gonna put it over your knee. I don't know if you can see that. Now, I know one thing about most of you. Good evening, Garen, it's good to see you. Most of you are male like me. And I only say this, it doesn't have anything to do with anything except this exercise here. If you do it wrong, it's gonna rip up right to the middle of your body, and I don't want that to happen to you. Like I said, learn from my mistakes. Don't learn your own. You're not going to, and I'm gonna take all the resistance off because I don't want this to happen, it hurts. I don't want you to lift your knee high toward your chest. I want you to lift your knee toward the other knee, forward. This is about becoming explosive in that stepping motion, either the throw, the punch for self-defense, or the kick or the knee or the elbow for self-defense. It's not to lift your knee up. It's about moving forward, not moving up. In fact, when you have to defend yourself, the maximum amount of power you want to go forward and through him, through his jaw, through his throat, through his chest for self-defense. You're not gonna jump up in the air. It's not a movie action scene, right? It doesn't matter how high we go, it matters that we go through him, like a locomotive driving right through his spine for self-defense. So from here, you're gonna pull that knee forward. So your foot, let me see if I can get it from here. See my foot? Stays close to the ground. I don't want you to slide it on the ground. Lift it up enough that the ground is not touching the bottom of your foot. But work on this motion, this coming forward. And it's about pushing your hip and bringing your hip forward 5 times. 5 times faster. 5 times explosive. Switch, put it on the other knee, and repeat. Same thing, 1, 2. Remember, don't lift the knee up. I almost did it on that side. 3, 4, 5. You're gonna do that really, really fast. You wanna come forward, faster, faster, faster. Now, back to where we started. The speed, or the agility exercises, the mobility exercises. And one thing real quick. Sometimes when I work with you in person, you're not as agile as you were 20, 30 years ago. So I like to have you start by sitting in a chair. We'll just call this the chair. Lean, you put your hands in the back of another chair and assist yourself up. And sit down and stand up. Now that's a good starting place for a lot of us. If that's where you start, start there. Don't think these are not exercises you can do. Do what you can and then move from that exercise. Do that for 2 or 3 weeks. You'll be standing up without assistance, standing up faster. Imagine somebody's coming in, you're sitting down, sitting on a bus, waiting for a bus, sitting on a train, sitting on a plane. You have to get up fast. You've got to respond quickly. You want to be able to get up and get out of there as fast as you can. So if that's your starting point, work with that. Then move into stepping to the side and then to the other side, back and forth. Now, we're gonna move our anchor. You're gonna anchor it right behind you. And I said I would show you the green band. And by the way, the color of these don't really matter. This is this color because years ago, I found an American company that makes them, and I prefer to buy everything here and create jobs here. Or in Europe, or in Africa, or in certain parts of Asia. But I don't care to spend a lot of money that goes back to a country that might have designs against my freedom. Anyway, that's not a political thing, that's a reality thing. But the colors don't matter, and the reason I mention that is when you look on the website, if you look at that link, and I think that is a drop ship thing, but they're all pretty similar. I can't find them kicking here anymore. Yeah, Garrett says like you're kicking off a shoe. Perfect. The color doesn't matter. Every company does different colors for different bands. So you can't say all black or this resistance, all green or this resistance. There's no rhyme or reason. I don't know why they do that. These I loved because they were so inexpensive. It's an industrial company that made them, but I can't find them anymore. But I'm gonna show you the green one just because it's thicker, and I want you to see a little bit more resistance. And again, start with the very lowest amount of resistance you can get and work your way up. For just a couple bucks, you're gonna have a home gym that does every part of your body. These things are amazing. I love bands. So you're gonna stand with the band around your waist, just below your belly button, just by an inch, right on the hip bones. From here, you're gonna go back to your first exercise, stepping away from your anchor so you have resistance, and start to speed that up. This will make you so much faster, and it's gonna lean your body out. You're gonna be stronger, and the nice thing about it is, if this is your speed, that's a good speed with this band. You're still getting an amazing workout. You're still getting faster when you do self-defense training at home just by having this band. If you can go faster and faster. Then rest, catch your breath, go to the second mobility agility exercise, which is stepping in and back. Notice when you step in, I want you to bring your hands up into your self-defense position, your fighting position, either in the flinch block with your hands open, with your hands closed, ready to defend yourself. But stepping in, and then when you're ready, speed that up, and you can hear my breath is leaving, my heart rate's racing, my body's sweating, I'm getting leaner, you're getting stronger, just from a little bit. And then finally, you turn around. We do the third exercise, which is back at an angle, and in, at an angle, and in, 3, 4, 5, all the way through. Now, I promise you this, 2 things are gonna happen when you do this workout. When you do self-defense training at home, getting faster, you will get leaner, stronger, more agile, more explosive in all of your techniques, and you will get faster. You will get so much faster in a very short amount of time. Then you'll hit a plateau, and I'll show you the next thing that you can do to increase your speed. But do this. You probably have, if you're like me, you've got this much room for improvement on speed from where you're starting today. And measure yourself. Get your camera out. No one's watching. Videotape how fast you throw punches, kicks, palm strikes, elbows, how fast you go side to side, how fast you can stand up out of that chair with assistance. And then measure yourself 2 weeks from now and 4 weeks from now. Age is just a number. It doesn't matter where you start from. And I want you to struggle. I want you to struggle, not quit, because when you struggle, you don't quit, you do get better. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you on the next one. The guys are at the door. I gotta go let them in.